All right, beautiful. Thank you for joining me for a 75-minute Ghosh flow yoga class. This class follows the 26 and 2 yoga sequence, but adds on optional sun salutes as well as posture variations from the Bishnu Ghosh lineage of yoga out of Calcutta, India, that Bikram yoga or 26 and 2 yoga comes from. Keep in mind that it's all for fun. If something does not feel right for your body, you can skip something, you can do something else, you can modify. Especially this class is intended for folks that practice 26 and 2 yoga and want to explore kind of, different variations of those postures. It's meant to be fun, but you're never going to a point of pain, right? A point where you could cause harm to yourself or others. We're going to start with 2 sets of pranayama, standing deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. All the time against the back of your throat. Your nose and your mouth are just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Come to the middle of your mat space with your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly push your head back. Reach your arms forward. Keep exhaling, elbows touch. Good, inhale, elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down, breathe in through the nose, down through the throat, lift your elbows up, take in more and more air. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, use your knuckles to push your head back, squeeze your palms, wrists, forearms, and elbows together. Inhale, now you use your chin to push your knuckles down, keep your fingers interlaced up to the webbing, palms face the floor, forearms frame the face. Exhale, head up, just your head drops back, no backward bending, lower body stays still like a statue, lock your legs. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, suck your stomach in, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, keep the core tight, quads engaged, glutes tight, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Change, arms down. You can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together. Interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, stomach in, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly push your head back, stretch your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, so you're breathing against the back of the throat, creating a little bit of a vibration, snoring sensation. Think of your throat like a valve. Exhale, head up. So slowly exhale. This Ujjayi breathing helps to build up heat from the inside out. Exhale completely, elbows touch. Inhale, I'll do a few with you. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale. Elbows touch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So you're learning to breathe a little slower, a little longer, a little deeper. Fill up your lungs all the way. Exhale, head up. You're learning to synchronize your breath with your body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty, not before or after. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down. We'll continue Ardha Chandrasana with Padasana. Half moon with hands to feet pose, feet together, step back a little bit, inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, nice tight grip, press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, stomach in, stretch up, and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller, and especially in the winter months, take the beginning of class slow, right? Because it takes a little bit longer for the body to warm up than in like August, right? When you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears, stomach in. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember it's the first posture of the day and there's no rush. Know where you need to be, nothing you have to prove to yourself or anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through the nose as you slowly start to wake up the body. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward and arms back. Move your left hip a little forward to get your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Hips forward, arms back, stomach in, stretch up, and slowly bend to the left. Press your hips to the right, breathe through your nose. You're stretching the right side body, toning the left side body. Don't collapse. Use your left side obliques, lift your chin. Lift your chest, slide your breastbone up, pull the abdomen in. It's a very proud posture and you have a lot to be proud of for practicing yoga today. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, back flat. Push your right hip a little forward, two hips in line. Left shoulder forward, two shoulders in line. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. First back bend of the day. Take a deep breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open. Relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. Full spine backward bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward. Now bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, big stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, stomach in, fold. Arms with ears, hands to floor, drop your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. With a smiling, happy face, it's kind of poetic. Keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing, roll forward, lift your hips up, stretch your spine down. We're going to go into a little bit of a sun salute here. On your next inhale through your nose, release the grip from the backs of your legs and lengthen into a halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, shoulder width distance, and step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do Cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees instead and take a child's pose. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. So there's lots of options within the sun salute. We will do multiple sun salutes in class, and you're welcome to, let's say, one set do child's pose, and one set do down dog, right? Or one set up dog, one set cobra. So just have fun, switch it up. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly exhale, fold, relax your head. Inhale, chin away from your chest, scoop your chest, arms with your ears, root your eyes, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Let's try that again. Feet together. Inhale, arms up, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Squeeze your glutes, contract your quads, pull your abdomen in. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the right. Press your hips to the left. Breathe through your nose. Use your right hand to pull your left hand to the top right corner of the room. Push your left heel into the floor. Push your right heel into the floor without leaning forward or back bending. Get a little deeper at the end. Come down, push, like you're leaning against a wall behind you. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. Thighs tight, glutes tight. Press your palms together. Touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the left. Press your hips to the right. Look straight ahead, mouth closed, eyes open, focus forward. If your eyes are wandering, your mind is wandering, let this be some time just for you in your yoga practice, right? Use the breath to get a little bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, come down, push, weight in the heels. Come down, push, arms with your ears. Come down, push. Change. Inhale to come up. Second heart opener, keep your eyes open. Drop your head back as far as it goes. Keep squeezing your palms together up to the wrists. Lift your chest and take your arms back with your ears. So whole spine back bending, whole front of the body stretching, weight in the heels. Keep the legs and arms long, push stomach, thighs, hips forward. Keep your chest lifted so you're not collapsing into the lumbar spine. Bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, stomach in, fold. Hands to floor, drop your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. And second set, Sasana. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down. Keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing. Everybody roll forward a little bit more. Find your edge. Press your big toes down. Spiral your inner thighs up. Pull, roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back. Try to lock your knees. Change. Come on up. Arms with the ears. Knees can bend as you lift. Arms down, and you stand a little taller. We'll do that a third time, and this time we'll go a little faster. Feet together, arms up, palms together, cross. Oops, sorry, I forgot to do our little half sun salute. That's okay. Palms together, hips forward, arms back. I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. We'll do it this time around. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly drop to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Inhale to come up. This is live, people. Press your heels down, push your palms together. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, drop to the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Inhale to come up, back bend. Keep your eyes open, drop your head back and go back. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch. Exhale, fold. Right away, grab the backs of your legs or your heels, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift. Look forward. Exhale, hands to floor. Step back into your plank or tabletop, and we'll hold here for a moment. You can go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose at any time, or you can take a chaturanga by leaning forward. Hug your elbows all the way into the ribs, and imagine you're pulling yourself down to the floor. Inhale, push up into a back bend. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. Either way, make your arms long, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles and the space between your index finger and thumb, so that if you're in down dog, you're not putting all of your body weight on your wrists. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Awkward Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet perfectly parallel like 11s. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers. Reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair, feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair, suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change, come on up, keep your arms there, press your hips forward, spread your toes wide, come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up at the top, bend your knees, sit down, lean back, touch your head and hips to an imaginary wall behind you, lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, last part, come on up, still breathing, squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body, stop whenever you want, or keep sitting down and stop when there's a ½ inch gap between your hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight. From the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up, knees together, good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Let's do another sun salute. I'll show you from the front. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into your plank or tabletop. Remember that you can go directly into your down dog or child's pose or hug your elbows all the way in. It's a little bit different from a push-up and lower down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. So in a push-up position, you bring your elbows to a 45-degree angle, but in a chaturanga, you hug your elbows all the way in. So just keep that in mind if you're doing that lowering down motion in the sun salute. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, root your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Beautiful. Second set, awkward. A little bit different. If you want, step your right foot to the right, same footprint hip width distance. This time you can bring your hands together at heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Option to stay here or take left elbow to outer right thigh and twist so that your thumbs come to the center of your sternum. Option to stay here or look up towards the ceiling, reach your right arm up, left arm down. Now move your hips a little to the left and then roll the right rib cage back. Open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Bring your hands back together, unwind, other side, take right elbow to outer left knee, push so that thumbs come into heart center. Look up towards the ceiling, left arm up, right arm down, arms at 6 and 12 o'clock. On this side, hips a little to the right, right shoulder forward. Good, bring your hands back to heart center, unwind and change. Come on up, you can keep your hands here, spread your toes wide, lift your heels. Stretch up, bend your knees, sit down, and then the second set, if you'd like, you can lean forward and bring your arms back, almost like you're ski jumping, right? So normally we lean back, but if you lean forward, right, you might find you can sit a little lower, lift your heels, sit down, change, balance challenge, keep your heels up, bring your arms up to parallel, triceps tight, fingertips together, squeeze your knees together, keep your heels lifted, and slowly sit down. The slower you do, the better you do. Take your time, stop whenever you want, or sit all the way down. Good, if you have good knees and you want to test balance and strength, come up 1 inch and hold. Come up 1 inch and hold, and change. Slowly push the floor away from you. Good, feet together, arms down. Sun salute, again, I will show you another version of it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the floor. This time, if you'd like, you can try floating back. If you do float back, you want to land with your elbows bent, not straight. So you land in your chaturanga. Good, slowly lower down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. So eventually you can try floating in and out of those postures, but again, rather than hopping back with straight arms, you want to hop back into your chaturanga so the elbows are bent, safer for the shoulders. Inhale, look forward, you can step or try hopping forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, swing your right arm, under left arm, right elbow, under left elbow, Garudasana Eagle Pose. Palms together, thumbs towards your nose. You can also interlock fingers or grab your shoulders and give yourself a hug. Pull your elbows down. Bend your knees, sit back and down, hips into a chair, stay down there, lean back and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Right leg over left leg. Cross your legs each other, twist like ropes. Eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Sit a little lower, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms up. Left side, swing left arm, under right arm, palms together, thumbs towards your nose. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, lift your chest, and bring your left leg over your right leg. So you want to keep your hips still as you move. Knees a little to the left, upper body to the right, wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles all in one line. Shift the weight back into your heel. Sit a little lower, elbows down, upper body back. Good, change, feet together, inhale, arms up, sun salute. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back, land with your elbows bent. Good, inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. Take a breath. Use your ujjayi breathing where the throat is slightly constricted. That generates heat in the body. Slow inhale through the nose. Slow exhale through the nose. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, second set, arms and legs at once. Garudasana, right arm, under left arm, right leg, over left leg. So right elbow under left elbow, right knee over left knee. Try to do arms and legs at once. A little bit of coordination. Push your left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward, pull your elbows down, sit down more, stomach in more, upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms up, left side, arms and legs at once. Swing left arm, under right arm, left leg over right leg. And the first several times that I tried to do arms and legs at once, I fell out, right? So if that's you, I'm right there with you. Slowly over time, our body builds a little bit of muscle memory. We learn how to balance and breathe in postures. Right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward, sit down, lean back, hold and breathe at your deepest point. Good, change, feet together, arms up. We're gonna do two half sun salutes here. So inhale, look up, greet the sun. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. This is a half sun salute. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. So the half sun salutes are really wonderful alternatives to full sun salutes for folks that have a wrist, elbow, shoulder injury, or for whatever reason, a full sun salute does not speak to you today, right? So usually you can do like 2 half sun salutes while we're doing a full sun salute. Or you can just stand in mountain pose and take a break, right? But again, we're just providing lots of fun options for class. Okay, let us continue standing head to knee. Dandayamana, Janu Sharasana. We're going to flow that into Dandayamana, Dhanurasana, standing bow pulling pose. So we go from a rounded spine compression posture to a heart, chest opener, back bend. Standing head to knee. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, pull your abdomen in. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid concrete. One piece, lamppost unbroken, you have no knee. If you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently. Lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg locked. If both legs lock, lock your arms, puff up your chest, and then bend your elbows down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, arms straight, bend the right leg, keep your core engaged, lift up. Point your right toes, bring your knees together, right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot, left arm up and back with your ear, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward, Simultaneously, kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. From the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade, scapula stretching away from the body. Bring the body down more, leg up more. Ooh, reach forward one more time. Try to touch the wall in front of you. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. Shift your weight to your right leg. Squeeze your right thigh, right glute tight, stomach in. Lift your left leg up, toes back. Keep your abdominal wall engaged, start to round down, and eventually pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Keep your big toe on the floor. Contract your inner thigh as well as your outer thigh. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up. So real kick your heel forward, flex all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up so that your knee is over your ankle. From the side, both legs make an upside down L like Linda. Lengthen, puff up your chest, and then bend your elbows in and down. Keep bringing the chest down more, shoulders down more. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. And slowly come out, arms straight, bend the left leg. Lift up to parallel, point your toes, knees together. Left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot. Take your right arm up and back, knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your left leg back and up. Kicking and stretching should be equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever, kick really hard. Push the right fingertips forward, relax the left shoulder back, push your left foot into your hand, kick your heel away from your back. Bring the body down. Leg up, reach forward, kick, and kick, and kick. Good, change, kick yourself up, feet together, arms down, hold still, take a breath. So second set, maybe contemplate how these postures work together, right? Even in the 26 and 2 sequence, when we do them separately, they're complementary postures. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down, pick up your right foot. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. And if that's easy, maybe start to let go of the grip on your foot and eventually head and knee stay together with the hands released. Change, slowly come up. Okay, point your right toes, knees together. We're going to do both arms at once. Ready? Left arm up, right arm back, knees together. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. So in standing head to knee pose, we rounded the spine, compressed the abdomen, kept the hips and shoulders in line, and flexed the kicking foot. In standing bow, what we're doing now, we're pointing the kicking foot, we're stretching the shoulders apart, we're opening the front of the body and bending the back. Try to keep the hips in line though, right hip down, body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, bring your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down, pick up your foot, even your thumb under your foot, thumbs crossed. Press the big toe down, pull the abdomen in, keep your face relaxed. Inhale, lift your left leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Slowly, when you're ready, tuck your chin to your chest, go slow. Touch your forehead to your knee, and maybe start to release the grip, eventually arms straight. When you're ready, bring your head up, arms straight, bend the left leg, point your left toes, knees together, both arms at once. Here we go, left arm back, right arm up. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Keep your right arm super strong. Tricep muscle tight. Reach the right shoulder so far forward, eventually shoulder touches the chin. Body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Change, come on up. Very nice. Okay, come to the back of your mat, Tula Dandasana, balancing stick. Feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, nice tight grip, lean back, stretch up. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch, and when you're ready, come down. Squeeze your glutes the whole time, eventually arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor, so from the side, body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back, lean back, stretch up, step your left foot forward, lock both legs, stretch, and tilt. Charge your body forward, try to touch the wall in front of you, shoulder blade, scapula coming out of the body, chest down, chin forward, lift your right leg up, change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Option to do a second set of balancing stick, or in the second set, you can keep coming down and do a back bend standing split called split arm. I'll show you from the side. Feet together, inhale, arms up. Exhale, step your right foot forward. So we're gonna go into this like balancing stick, stretch up, squeeze your butt, and come down. Come down with a flat back. Once you're parallel to the floor, simply keep going. Keep your chin and chest lifted, start to split your arms up and back as you lift your left big toe up to the ceiling. Do a back bend. So think about bringing your belly button to your thigh, but keep your chin and chest lifted, lift your big toe up. Change, left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up. Step your left foot forward, lock both legs, stretch, and tilt. Point your right toes the whole time. Once you're parallel to the floor, split your arms up and back. So squeeze shoulder blade, scapula together. Lift your fingertips and your right big toe up to the ceiling. Body down more, lift your leg up more, lock both legs. Change, right foot down, whew. Left foot back, optional sun salute, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale into your down dog or child's pose. Take a breath. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step. And if you need to adjust your step in any way, go for it. Arms down, parallel to the floor. This is the separate leg series. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. Turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Okay, you can always start with your hands on the floor in front of you. You can also grab the outsides of your feet or your heels from behind. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your legs. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine, whole body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead. Touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. Good, change. Come up into a halfway lift. Bring your feet a little closer together. Now turn your heels in and your toes out. So turn your toes out so your feet make a V. We're going to go into what's called Malasana or Garland pose, sometimes referred to as a Yogi Squat. As you're ready, you're going to bend your knees and sink your hips down. Now, depending on your body proportions, you might want a bigger or smaller step. So for my body proportions, a smaller step helps, but for a lot of people, you could have up to like 3 feet between your heels. So just keep that in mind. If your heels are way off the floor, that's really normal. You can try leaning forward, maybe even going into a crow pose, right? Or bringing the heels down eventually. From here, push the palms together, press the elbows outside into the knees, lift the chest up, sink the hips down. This is a really good hip and knee opener. And this is like how a lot of the world sits, use the bathroom. It's how a lot of the world like eats food, right? But most Americans cannot do this posture. If you do it like for a minute or 5 minutes every day, even just when you're watching TV or whatever, slowly the hips and knees start to open up. It's good for digestion. It's good for people that menstruate, good for menstrual flow. And again, good hip and knee opener, good for mobility. Okay, from here, you're gonna put your hands on the floor, lift your hips up, and then turn your toes forward, heels out again to protect the knees. Take a bigger step once more. Bring your arms out to parallel, triceps tight, stomach in, change. Press your hips forward as you come up. We're gonna flow into triangle, Trikonasana. Turn your right foot out, left toes in, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your right leg and lunge. Sit as low as you can. You can take a bigger step if it helps you to sit down. Lean back and move your arms at the same time. Eventually, elbow in front of the knee. Aim your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, sink your left hip down, push your right knee back, turn and twist, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, lunge, sit down low, lean back, keep your hips low, and move your arms at the same time. So notice if the right hip wants to lift up, right? Think about moving the right hip forward and down, two hips in line. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow so your knee is directly over your ankle. Look up and stretch up. Roll the right rib cage back. Open your chest like a flower petal blooming, and then see if you can lift your left side torso up a little bit more so you're not collapsing down. Stretch your arms apart. Lock your right leg. Keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your left leg. Left toes in. Second set. Same but different. Turn your right foot out. Keep both legs straight this time. Move to the right and then bring your left arm down, right arm up. At first, you can have your right hand on your knee, your shin, your ankle, eventually right fingertips on the floor in front of your right foot. Lift your left arm up and look up. So this is how most styles of yoga do triangle pose. Bikram's version is unique to 26 and 2 yoga, right? Here it's an inner thigh strength. It's actually a really great way to stretch out through the spine all the way up to the neck. Option to stay here in this version of Trikonasana, or we can flow to what's called Bird of Paradise. Bend your right knee, take your right hand behind you, like you're trying to pat your own butt, and drape your left hand behind you, eventually hands clasped. If your hands are not clasping, you can use something like a towel and hold on to two sides of that, and then you just make your arm a little longer. I'm awkwardly using a sweater here, but if you have a towel, right, you just hold on to two sides of the towel with your hand. Walk your feet together. Shift your weight to your left leg and start to lift up. And if you can lift up, lock your standing leg, point your right toes, and kick. Press your hips forward, roll the shoulders back. Eventually, both legs lock. Good. Bend your right knee. Put your right foot back down on the floor. Take a bigger step. Put your right fingertips on the floor. Left arm up. Straighten your right leg. Change. Push your right heel into the floor to come up. Right toes in, left toes out. Other side, lean to the left. Take your left arm down, right arm up. 6 and 12 o'clock. Eventually, left fingertips on the floor in front of your left foot. Look up, stretch up, breathe. Actually, I have a chronically stiff neck, and I actually really like this posture when my neck is really tight because you can both stretch and elongate the neck and twist it at the same time. Option to stay here or bend your left knee. Take your left hand in between your legs. Reach your right hand behind you, clasp hands, or use a towel, right? So there's just a little bit more accessible. And then from here, walk your feet back together. Shift your weight to your right foot and lift up. If you're lifted up, point your left toes, kick. Press your heels forward, roll your shoulders back. It's the rocket season. Imagine you're a rocket. Whee! Okay, good. Change. Bend your left leg down. Right foot to the floor. Take your left fingertips in front of your left hand. Reach your right arm up. Straighten your left leg. Change. Rotate your arms. Turn your left toes in. So both toes point forward. Standing separate leg, head to knee. Draw your Sharasana. Arms up. Palms together. Cross your thumbs. Pick up your toes. Pivot on your heels. Turn your back toes in. Squeeze your left butt cheek. Push your left hip forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest. And you go down, round, scoop, curl, tuck, concave, chin to chest, stomach in. Bend your front leg if you need to. Touch your forehead and knee together. Front side compression. Throat choke. Eyes open. Breathing normal. Stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your right foot. Right hip up. Left hip forward. 2 hips in line. Push your forehead into your knee. Lift your kneecaps. Lock both legs. Hands together. Change. Slowly uncurl. Head up last. When you're ready, pick up your toes. Pivot on your heels. Uncross your heels. Turn your back toes in. Squeeze your right glute. Push your right hip forward. Right rib cage forward. Left rib cage back. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. So this is our second of 3 Jani Sharasana head to knee compression postures. When you touch your forehead to your knee, you start to squeeze and compress into the abdominal wall, massaging the internal organs, right? In Ayurvedic medicine, it's believed pushing the forehead into the knee stimulates the pineal gland or third eye chakra. Chin to chest stimulates the throat chakra or thyroid, parathyroid gland. Pulling the abdomen in this much starts to squeeze into the pancreas on the deepest level of the abdominal wall, and rounding the spine stretches the kidneys on the lower middle back. That's why it's called a compression posture, right? It's really about awakening the internal body. Push your forehead into your knee, lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, head up last. When you're ready, pick up your toes, pivot forward, and then pivot back to the other side of your mat. Second set, we can try something different called pyramid pose. Option to keep your arms up or take your hands behind you. At first, just holding your hands, eventually start to tent your fingers, hands in prayer. Eventually, you can slide your pinky fingers up your spine. So rather than rounding our spine, we're going to go down with a flat back. Press your left hip forward, stretch up, chin away from your chest, and go down. It will help with balance to transfer the weight into your right foot. Stomach to thigh, chest to knee, chin or nose to shin. Option to stay here or interlace fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lift your hands up and forward for a shoulder rinse. Press the palms together. Imagine one day your index fingers could touch the floor in front of your right foot. Good. When you're ready, bring your hands back to your lower back, chin away from your chest. Pull your abdomen in, squeeze your glutes, change. Push your heels into the floor to come up. Good. Pivot on your heels. I'm going to face you for the last one. Another trick to balance. Heels are in line, but they're not like perfectly in line crisscross, right? You are not on a balance beam or a tightrope. You're on a yoga mat. Use it. Turn your back toes in. Push your right hip forward. So it's not like this, right? But the heels are relatively in line. Push your right hip forward, left rib cage back, stretch up, chin away from your chest, go down. Almost think about arching your spine. Stomach to thigh, chest to knee, chin, nose to shin. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lift your arms up and forward. This is pyramid pose. Breathe through your nose. Good. Bring your hands back to the lower back. Lock your legs, pull your abdomen in, squeeze your glutes, chin away from your chest. Change. Push your front foot into the floor to come up. Very nice. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Second to last sun salute. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. You're doing up dog, thighs off the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. Use that Ujjayi breath, right? Think of your throat like a valve. Constricted, you can breathe a little slower and longer. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. Come to the middle of your mat. For the hip opening series, we will flow tree pose to toe stand with some fun variation. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up, heel to costume. Slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. You can bring one or both hands together. Option to stay here, or you can try a half bind here by taking your right hand out to the right, palm faces the wall behind you, reach behind you and see if you can clasp your right big toe with your right hand. This is kind of fun. You can stay here or bring your hands back together, flow to toe stand. Hands to floor, lean forward. Option to stay here or lift your left heel, bend your knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. You can bring one or both hands together. And if you'd like, try kicking your right foot forward and then pulling it back in. And one day you don't fall out of it. I think in all of the times that I've taught this class, I've maybe gotten that twice. Let's try it again. No, okay, not today. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Good. Change right leg down. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? So try it. Shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, heel to costume, let your left knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together. And on this side, if you'd like, left hand out to the left, reach back, see if you can clasp your left big toe with your left hand. Good. Option to stay here or flow to toe stand, fold forward, hands to floor. I'm going to stay here because of a toe injury, but I will walk you through it. Walk your hands forward, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Whether you are in tree or toe or somewhere in between, lengthen your spine, drop the shoulders down. Left hand up to the center of your chest, right hand up. Toe stand, try kicking your left foot forward with a pointed foot. Pull it back in. Good, and when you're ready, hands to the floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change left leg down, last sun salute. This is your victory lap. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale into your down dog, your child's pose. Good. Try to get your heels to the floor if you're doing down dog. If your heels are not touching the floor, you can take a wider stance. If you have tight hamstrings, right, you can micro bend your knees. Otherwise, press your thighs back, heels down, hips up. Inhale, look forward, step or float forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Beautiful, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. We are on the floor for the rest of class. And as such, I will adjust our camera angle in a very unceremonious way. Okay. Great. Okay, so lie on your back, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Bring your heels together, let your toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station, let it fill you up. Especially this class can be cardiovascular, right? Can be a little bit more high intensity. I often find my arms are sore the day after I do this class. So it's really important just to hold still and breathe here and take rest. We begin the floor series and continue the hip opening series, right? It's definitely a transition part with Pavanamuktasana, wind removing pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor without lifting your head, tuck your chin in a little bit, pull and hold. So from a bird's eye view, you want your hips and shoulders parallel. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. And you can kind of see how this is related to tree pose and toe stand, right? If you were just to move your left heel to the right and let your left knee drop, all of a sudden you're in like a supine version of our tree pose. But here, right, the knee and ankle are in line. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class. Whew, my hips are tight, squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor without lifting your head, tuck your chin in, look down the center line of your body, hold and breathe. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Good, change, arms down and eyes open. So Bikram's 26 and 2 yoga sequence comes from a larger sequence of 84 asanas by Bishnu Ghosh. And some of them are like kind of crazy, like do a handstand, put your feet on your head. We're not trying stuff like that today, but we are trying other ways to bring our feet and head together. And similarly, we'll also do some different hip variations here. So if you'd like, in the second set, we can do what's called Supine figure 4, which is a really great entry posture into Pigeon Pose, which is another pose that we sometimes do in yin yoga. Bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor, knees rest together, keep your left foot on the floor, lift your right foot up, cross your right ankle shin over your left thigh. Option to stay here or lift your left foot off the floor, hug your thighs in towards your abdomen, and if you'd like, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh or grab the backs of your legs and pull down. So now it's a side seat stretch. We're also working into the right hip, as well as the sciatic nerve. If you have sciatic nerve pain, this is your posture. Change, left foot down, right foot down, other side, keep your right foot on the floor, cross your left ankle shin over your right thigh, so that if you look down, your legs make a 4 shape. That's why it's called figure 4. You can stay here or lift your right foot off the floor, interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and pull down. So in Bishnu Ghosh's 84 yoga asanas, the same way that we have like the spine strengthening series, the balancing series, there's just more series like Lotus Pose series or handstand series. And one of the series is Pigeon Pose. And while we don't do Pigeon Pose today, this is a really good entry into that, right? You do this every day and then Pigeon becomes a little bit more accessible. Change, right foot down, left foot down, lift both legs up, happy baby. So keep your knees bent, flex your toes back towards your face, and open your legs apart. From here, you can grab the backs of your hamstrings or eventually grab the outsides of your feet with your hands. So I like to have my elbows insides of my knees as I catch the outsides of my feet. And if you've ever hung out with a baby, you probably know why this is called happy baby pose, right? Because they like to do this. From here, you can start to rock back and forth, right and left, which is a great way to kind of roll out the back muscles. And then maybe as you roll to the left, you straighten your left leg and then come back to center. As you roll to the right, you straighten your right leg and come back to center. Good. And then stop in the middle, pull and hold. And this posture is a really good practice posture for getting into Malasana Garland pose, that yoga squat that we did earlier. If that posture isn't accessible to you, this is something to try every day, right? Because it's basically the same thing, but you're on your back rather than your feet. Change, arms down, eyes open. Next, we do a straight leg sit-up. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit-up, roll off to the side. If you do the sit-up, I invite you to linger a little bit in the final expression with the elbows to floor, forehead to knees, because after we do this sit-up, we're going to do a whole bunch of back bends. Ready? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Enjoy the stretch. Good. And then turn, lie on your abdomen for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra, Bhujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. We're going to flow the next 4 postures and then we'll take a break. Here we go. Let's do it. Bring your chin forward, place your hands on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% spine strength. Come up halfway only, elbows stay bent, then make an L, a 90-degree angle. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your feet, hips and hands down. Now look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Change, slowly lower down. We'll go straight into Locust Pose, Shalabhasana. Chin forward, arms straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day, pinky fingers touch. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Lift your leg a little higher, press your shoulders down. Change, right leg down. Relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Left leg should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken. You have no knee. Press your hands back, roll forward, shoulders down, lift your leg up. Change, slowly, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Spread your fingers wide. Zip up your legs, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, roll forward, and lift both legs up. Come up. Everybody come up. Struggle a little harder. Don't give up. Mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Change, slowly lower down. Purna Shalabhasana, full locust. Arms out to the side like airplane wings. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up, and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a 747 taking off. So in the spine strengthening series, we start with Cobra, lifting the chest. Then we do Locust, lifting the legs. Now we're in full Locust, lifting chest and legs at the same time, right? The sequence is really intelligent. Lock your legs, point your toes, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down. And last, we're going to connect the hands and feet together. Dhanurasana, floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs. Grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes. Thumbs with your index fingers, knees, feet close together. Point your toes, squeeze your buns, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight, look up to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. Arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Gently lift your head and look to the other side of your mat, right ear on your mat. So in 26 and 2 yoga, we do 26 of the 84 postures and we do everything twice. In Bishnu Ghosh's 84 asanas, there's more asanas, but you do everything once and you flow them together more. So that's why we were like flowing together all the spine strengthening series. Next is what's called the full series, and it's more quote unquote full versions of the spine strengthening series. Starting with Cobra, full Cobra. Bring your chin forward, place your hands on the floor below your shoulders so your elbows point up. Open your feet about mat width distance, lock your legs. Option to stay here or walk your hands back another 4 inches so your thumbs are in line with your lower ribs. We'll work on the triceps. Press your hands down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, and lift up. This is option 1, keep the elbows bent. Option 2, straighten your arms. I have to come forward so I don't run into my bookshelf. If you're straightening your arms, notice if your hips lift off the floor and your shoulders tense up into your ears, try to press the hips down, push the floor away from you, keep the shoulders out of your ears. Option to stay here or squeeze your butt and drop your head back. Option to stay here or full Cobra, bend your knees and eventually head and toes touch. Good, change, feet down. Bend the elbows, slowly lower down. Locust Shalabhasana, bring your chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you. Take a moment here, tuck your toes under, lock your legs, and practice pressing your toes back, roll forward. Almost imagine your arms are like train tracks and you can slide your body forward down the tracks. Okay, from here, keep your toes tucked under, bend your knees, army crawl your knees up to your fingertips. Keep your left toes tucked under, lock your right leg, point your right toes and lift your right leg up. So you'll notice that I can talk normally. I can actually even move my head. The weight is in my shoulders, not my neck, right? So this becomes a deeper back bend and more weight in the upper body. Change, right knee on the floor, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. So eventually this is what it's gonna feel like in Locust Pose in class 2. Change, left leg down. If you have a healthy neck, you are welcome to keep your chin forward for the third part. Otherwise, you can tuck your chin in, mouth on your mat. You can try kicking your feet up, or you can come up with feet apart, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up. So you can try it first to come up with the feet apart, and then eventually bring the feet back together. Or if you'd like, you can join me in kicking all the way up. I liken it to kicking like a tadpole. Knees, feet together. Good, change, slowly lower down. Very nice. Okay, full locust, Purna Shalabhasana, chin forward, arms out to the side. So in full locust, we can try another version of Cobra, but this time rather than using our arms to push up, we're purely going to use our back strength to come up. So we're going to start with a little drill. You're going to have your arms more a Y than a T, and you're going to try and clap up like you're a cheerleader and see how high you can clap up and bring the hands back. So we'll try that first. Keep your feet on the floor, mat width distance, clap up. Good, slowly lower down. And eventually you're almost going to backstroke your way into grabbing your knees, but you want to keep your feet on the floor. So with the arms at a Y, you're going to clap up. You can grab your knees, bend your legs, head to toes. Feet back down, hands together, change, slowly come down. Dhanurasana, floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs. Grab your feet from the outside 2 inches below the toes. And from here, if you'd like, walk your hands around, grab the insides of your feet, maybe with your thumbs in between your big and second toe. In second set, we can try full floor bow. Chin forward, point your toes, look up and kick. Option to stay here or try a fun shoulder rotation. Bend your left arm out and forward, right arm out and forward, drop your head back, eventually head to toes. If you were in full floor bow, you're going to release 1 foot at a time. So release your left foot from your left hand, Look forward, left hand to the floor. Release right foot from right hand to the floor. Everybody change. Slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. So again, that stuff is called the full series in Ghosh's 84. And there's other full, like standing bow pulling pose. There's a full version of that called dancer pose, which we don't do in here. But again, it's just different variations of 26 and 2 postures. If you're looking to the right, gently lift your head, look to the left. Take a breath. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat, fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. Actually, we're going to come to the middle of the mat and we're going to stay in the middle of the mat for the next 4 postures. We flow these postures too. Knees, feet together, open your feet. You can open your knees as well and eventually sit down between your heels. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. You can stay right here or put your palms on your soles, right elbow down, left elbow down, head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other. So in this posture, in the next 3, we're going to stretch through the toes, the ankles, the knees. In this posture, the feet are apart. Knees can be apart too, but eventually knees are together, and it's a back bend. Change. Put your hands on your feet, press yourself up. Now lift your hips a little, bring your knees, feet together. Now hips on your heels, a little different. Arms up, palms together, chin away from your chest, go down with a flat back. So after all of those back bends, this posture should feel really good. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down. This is half tortoise pose, stretch, stretch, stretch. In Bishnu Ghosh's 84 asanas, there's a full tortoise pose and it is a doozy. I cannot do it, so I'm not teaching you, but if you ever feel bad for yourself in half tortoise, just know that there's something way crazier out there. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize. Change, come on up, arms to the ears, stomach in, lift your hips, stand on your knees, open your knees and feet, 6 inches between knees and feet, put your hands on your lower back for Camel Shalabhasana, another back bend. Push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, drop your head back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here with your hands on your back or right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels, push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back. Change, put your hands on your back, press yourself up, head up last, stretch up, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, rabbit. We're gonna go in the opposite direction. Grab your heels from behind, stretch up, chin to chest, go down. So you can kind of see how these postures interact with each other, right? Forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Lock your arms, lift your shoulders, pull your abdomen in, round your spine like a bunny. Change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc. Head up last, very nice. Turn around Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Second set, same, but different. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Enjoy the sit up. Oh, that feels good. Okay, come to the middle of your mat, second set. You can open your knees, open your feet, right? Eventually knees stay together. Sit down between your heels, not on your feet, between your heels. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow, left elbow, head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, other elbow on top. So for folks that go into this posture every time, like you have healthy knees, healthy quads, you can get a little bit deeper by lifting your hips, but keeping your knees down. So we're going to do this slowly 3 times. Squeeze your glutes, keep your knees on the floor and lift your hips and pelvis up, and you'll feel even more of a quad stretch. Slowly lower down. 2 more times. Engage your gluteal muscles, lift your hips up, lower down. Last time, squeeze your butt, lift your hips, keep your knees down, hips down, change. Put your hands on your feet. Press yourself up. Okay, knees, feet together. This time, if you'd like, we can take a wide-legged child's pose. So keep your feet together, open your knees, and rather than arms up, you're going to put your hands on the floor and walk yourself in. Forehead to floor, palms to floor. So in half tortoise pose, the arms are super active, right? The palms are together, just the pinkies touch the floor. In a wide-legged child's pose, the arms can be a little bit more soft with the palms facing down. And also with the knees apart, you'll feel more of an inner thigh and hip stretch. Keep lengthening through your spine. Change, put your hands on the floor, walk yourself in, lift your hips, hips over knees. You can do a second set of camel with your hands on your back, or you can try full camel, and we'll do some drills to get into it. So you're gonna start by bringing your hands together, and you're essentially gonna try and like high five the ceiling. So look up towards the ceiling, lift your right hand up, palm up, bring it back in, left hand up, palm back in, and then both hands up like you're trying to raise the roof, like it's 1999. Hands back in. From here, we're just going to do the same thing, but try to high five the back wall, which makes it way more of a shoulder rotation. So drop your head back, can go back a little bit, and then bring your right hand down. So eventually fingers point down to the floor, palm to the back wall, pull it back in, left hand back, fingers point down to the floor, left hand back in, both hands back like you're playing patty cake, patty cake, patty cake, baker's person. And if you got it, go for it all the way back. And eventually hands to floor, fingers pointing towards your toes, palms on the floor. Option to stay here or bend your elbows, head to your toes. Eventually grab your heels with your hands. And eventually you can even grab your knees with your hands. If you are in regular camel pose, put your hands on your back, press yourself up, change. If you are in full camel, you're gonna put your hands back on the floor. Straighten your arms first, squeeze your butt more than you think you can, bring your hands together, change. Good, stretch up, bring your hips down, knees, feet back together. You can do a second set of rabbit curling, or you can join me on your back for shoulder stand and plow pose. If you were joining me on your back, make sure that there's some space behind you so that if you lie on your back, your feet can eventually come back. So make sure there's some space behind where your head is. All right, walk your hands in underneath your butt, palms face down. Bend your knees so that your feet are on the floor, and then lift your feet up so your feet are pointing towards the floor. And if any point in this sequence you wanna watch me, come out of it and watch me, because once you're in it, I do not want you moving your head. You're gonna keep your chin to your chest. Press your palms down and see if you can start to rock back and forth, so that your butt starts to lift up off the floor, right? Hips off the floor. And when you've got a good one, commit to it. Press your hands and shoulders down. Keep rolling so that eventually your feet touch the floor on the other side of your head. And it is very normal for the feet to not touch the floor, especially at first. This is what is called plow pose, with your feet on the other side of your head. If you're in plow pose and your feet touch the floor, you can go into what's called ear pressure pose. Bend your knees so that your knees come to the outside of your ears, right? Putting pressure on the ears, that's why it's called ear pressure pose. And from here, if your feet are still on the floor, grab your heels and pull down. And now it's an awful lot like rabbit pose, but you're on your neck and shoulders rather than your shins. If you're grabbing your heels in ear pressure pose, bring your hands down to the floor and then bend your arms so that your hands, palms are on your lower back. Straighten your legs. Everybody who's in plow pose, place your hands, palms on your lower back, keep your chin to your chest, and we're gonna go into shoulder stand. Start to squeeze your butt, press your hips forward, and lift your toes up towards the ceiling. So eventually ankles, hips, and knees are in line. This is called shoulder stand. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, hips forward, chin to chest. Kind of fun to talk like this. If you're in shoulder stand, we're gonna go back into our plow pose. So bring your feet back overhead, hands back down to the floor. Core challenge, I want you to see if you can uncurl vertebra by vertebra. So keep the chin to the chest, head on the floor, triceps tight, core engaged, and slowly roll out. Keep pressing the shoulders down, keep your head on the floor. Even when the lower back is on the floor, then you're gonna slowly with control lower your legs down with your legs straight. Lower core challenge. My feet ran into my couch. Feet on the floor. If you want to do a counter stretch fish pose, bring your hands back underneath you, bend your elbows, drop your head back. So especially in shoulder stand with the chin tucked to the chest, In Ayurvedic medicine, it's an idea of we're trapping a lot of prana, life force energy in the throat chakra. Maybe you want to release that. So you want to do a little back bend throat opener after the shoulder stand. Fish pose is a little awkward to get out of. You're going to tuck your chin to your chest, lift your head comes back down to the floor, bring your arms out from underneath you, turn around Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Take a breath. Relax your jaw. Almost to the end. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Okay, come to the middle of your mat, Janu Sharasana, head to knee pose. Right leg out, left leg in. First set normal, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot. Bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, big stretch up. Turn to your left, chin to chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, pull your abdomen in, breathe. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. Option to stay here if you're skipping sit-ups, or lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out, lock your legs, puff up your chest and fold. Rather than rounding the spine, lengthen through your spine. Imagine you're going to hook your rib cage over your knees, shoulders back, neck forward, stomach to thighs, chest to knees, one day forehead to toes. Change, stay seated, spine twist. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee corner, point your left toes. Right hand close behind you like a kickstand, second spine. Left arm up and over, push your knee out of the way, grab your left knee with your left hand, heel and knee all touch. Inhale, stretch up, shoulders down, stomach in. Exhale, look over your right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance or take it off the floor, grab your waistband, or eventually reach behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Keep spine straight, chest up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look back, twist, then twist, then twist. Change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, touch your left heel to right knee, left arm behind you, right arm up, bend over, grab your right knee with your right hand, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you, catch your right thigh with your left hand. Drop the shoulders, lengthen every vertebrae. Feel each and every vertebrae twisting like beads in a necklace. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. Let's do it again. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Wonderful. Second set, we can try a different variation of head to knee and stretching. Right leg out, left leg in. In 26 and 2, the legs make a 90-degree angle so the hips are square. But in this version, you can bring your leg out more, which will stretch the inner thigh and open the hips. Flex your toes back. Take your right hand outside of your right thigh, reach your left arm long overhead. Drop the shoulder, lengthen the arm. Option to stay here or start to come down, and eventually you can clasp your right foot with your right hand or even left hand. So now it's a side body stretch rather than a compression posture. This is another version of Janu Sharasana head to knee pose, even though in this posture you're not touching your head to your knee. A lot of styles of yoga do this. Change, come on up, left leg out, right leg in. Flex your toes back, right hand up overhead, lengthen the arm, drop the shoulder. Option to stay here, keep folding down, keep your right butt on the floor. Take left foot and left hand, maybe left foot and right hand, roll the right rib cage back, breathe. Change, come on up, keep your left leg out, right leg out. Take a moment here, point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back, stick your butt out a little bit, put your hands on the floor and walk forward. Okay, because I forgot to do a sun salute earlier, I'm going to show you another fun posture that we call frog pose. So eventually here you could fold forward, but another fun thing you could do is you could bend your knees a little bit, bring your hands underneath you, and eventually fold forward so that your butt comes off the floor and your legs lock. This is called frog pose. So this is another posture from the 84 sequence. Good. If you're in frog, you're going to bend your knees a little bit so you can slide your hands out. Otherwise, put your hands on the floor, push yourself up. Okay, good. Bring your feet together. We have a couple different options for our spine twist. Option one, keep your left leg straight, bend your right leg, put your right foot on top of your left thigh for half lotus pose. Option two, lotus pose, put your left foot on top of your right foot. My lotus is pretty tight. You can have yours a little bit more open, right? The feet can be closer to the knees than to the hips. Just keep that in mind. Option three, if lotus or half lotus is not so good, sit crisscross applesauce. Okay, take your right hand close behind you, reach your left arm up, place left hand on right knee. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you or reach behind you, eventually catch your your right big toe with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist. Good, change, unwind. If you're in lotus pose, stay here. In pretty much every version of yoga, the left foot is on top, right foot is on bottom. If you're in half lotus, let's work both hips and knees equally. Straighten your right leg, bend your left leg. And if you are in crisscross applesauce, sit the other way, which is like the most uncomfortable feeling in the world. And eventually you can do all of this without the use of your hands, right? Okay, take your left hand behind you, right arm up. Take your right hand to left knee, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. Keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you, catch your left big toe with your left hand for a half bind. Look back, twist, change, unwind. If you're in lotus pose, try down lotus. Take your right hand behind you, grab right big toe with right hand, left hand behind you, grab left big toe with left hand. So Bikram 26-2 version of tree pose, a standing half lotus, and then our Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fish pose at the end of class, both kind of lead to this moment right here. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So it's all for fun, it's all for play. And again, what I love about 26-2 yoga is there's so many little movements within it that you might not even realize are like setting you up to try a bunch of other fun postures in the yoga kingdom. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, come to the middle of your mat, final breathing, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Bikram calls that Kapalbhati breathing, but most other styles of yoga would probably describe that as a different pranayama called Vastrika breathing. In other styles of yoga, Kapalbhati breathing is done through the nose. So in second set, if you'd like, you're going to take a slow inhale through your nose, and then you're going to rapidly exhale through your nose. And I find that I can feel my throat muscles working a little bit more that way. So definitely lick your lips, swallow a couple times, lubricate the throat. Sit up nice and tall, inhale, and begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, final Savasana. You can close your eyes, open your arms and legs. Get as big or as little as feels good to you. And take a nice soothing breath in through the nose and out through the nose. This class is designed to be fun, fast-paced, and perhaps mind expanding, as well as body strengthening. Please make sure that you are drinking a lot of water tonight to flush out your system. There's some styles of exercise, right, where you build up lactic acid because you're holding your breath at certain points or you're not oxygenating your body. In yoga, we always want to oxygenate the body, and we always want to drink a lot of water to flush anything out that got a little bit tense. So drink lots of water, drink lots of water, drink lots of water. Have a wonderful evening. Hope to see you soon.